What up? Wait, that's not showing. I don't think we got the right camera on. Hey, what up? What up, DW? Oh, I got it on the wrong button. That's my fault. There, I gotta hit the right buttons. Hit the right buttons, wise. Sorry, folks. What's up, everybody? How we doing? How we doing? Hit the right buttons and things will be okay. You know, that's what they say. It's going pretty good. It's going pretty good. We've been a little busy today. A little busy. Liz decided she wanted to make some changes, so we made some changes, as you can see. Hopefully everything looks a little cooler, a little better. Waiting for all the. Do I sound okay? Do I sound okay? We don't have an echo, right? Ooh. Hopefully. Hey, Belle. All right, good. All right, nice. Now the chats are starting to link. Sounds good. All right, sweet. I'm not hearing an echo or anything. Oh, I tell you what. Here, let's check this out. See how this looks.
Rune Danon, Crown Prince of the Valbaran
That was too much. That was too much right there. Let me tell you. Let me tell you. Oh, all right. So can you tell a difference? Hey, Liz, can you tell a difference in the picture quality? I guess that's the question. Ow. I can switch it to the other cam really quick if you wanna see. Ow. I'm telling you what, the back. You say, oh yeah, you want to check, or oh yeah, you can tell a difference. How's everybody's day been? DW, have a good day. Belle, have a good day. She said both. Okay, here. All right. I'm gonna put it right now. We're gonna switch over. Everybody, if things change a little bit, that's okay. We're doing this on purpose. Here we go. Here's on the other cam. Here you go. Quality looks good. Seems bright. I fear for your retinas. So this is on the this right here is on the old cam, love, as you're looking. This is on the old cam, and then this is on the celly phone, So hey Veg, what up? Hello. Seems bright. I do think maybe the one light over here, we might just click down one notch. But otherwise, I think we're pretty snazzy here. And there's also, I know we don't have anybody, but if you go, yeah, it's a little wider shot. Yeah, so, and also the YouTube view is, oh, I got a cat sitting on my leg rest. She changed the YouTube shot as well. And the layout is a little bit different over there as well. So there's definitely a wider shot on YouTube. So you definitely get a lot more background. It's kind of like IMAX in the movie theater in a way. You know what I'm saying? She's almost setting up as like an IMAX type thing. Wise Max is what she's doing. Wise Maxing. Is that? I love when she gets on her knees. It usually means I have to clean something up, like the floor, because it's dirty. YouTube is the IMAX 7, right? Exactly. It's the, well, yes, 12, 11. What you doing? What you looking at? And I can do whatever you like, my love. Alt has been pressed. Shh, whoa. You almost removed your face. She's removing her face on the UBTube. I don't know. Y'all can't probably see. There's no adjustments going on. I have to remember to look at the back of the phone. Hello. I need to put a picture of you right there. So I'll just, look at the camera. She's doing more adjustment, folks. If you could see the precision she is trying to move. Can I undo the Alt key? Oh, okay, thank you. All right. she has made changes. I don't know why. Ooh. Because I didn't say. I see what you're doing now. A little. Okay. Making some. Oh, hey, cat butt. What is happening here, folks? Oh my lord.
Cat butt.
Oh, I always let her cook. I just try to ask questions to figure out what her mind is thinking. And then it gets very complicated because she tries to describe it. And then my hamster can't keep up. When she tries to describe like what's in her mind, the best way I can describe it is if you watch those videos where like the wives or girlfriends try to eat at the pace of their boyfriends or husbands, and they're like, what are you doing? And that's what her brain is like trying to describe what's happening. It's pretty funny. Hey, Court, what's up? Hey, yo. Hope you've been having a good day. Where does Timmy start? Oh, Timmy can go all the way over there now. Ooh. Fancy. Stop. Timmy time. Oh. So has anybody else started reading? Timmy's new... Oh, yeah. It's been okay, but the manic episode... Oh, no. That's not good, Court. Have you tried hot tea? I'm just... That would be the only... I don't know what to... I feel bad for you. A hot tea. Sheldon always says it works. Try a hot tea. I wish I had more to offer. I don't. I'm sorry. I'm not even trying to be a smartass, though. What's up, P? Hello. As you wind... Timmy, your hand got so big. That's what she said. Until you crash out. What? Rune, put that thing away. Put that thing away, Rune. Good googly moogly. Why are you censoring my guy? Tim, I know she's always on her knees doing something down there. Oh, Lord. So is anybody else reading? Nope. No, just a little. Hey, this is a family-friendly show, everybody. Family-friendly, exactly, Court. Family-friendly show. Right? Timmy got a new do, isn't it pretty, Timmy? He did so good. The salon bill was crazy, though. Let me tell you. Crazy. What you doing? Icon ready. Alt key is being held. Oh, snap. She's moving stuff, folks. She's moving it. Not what she was intending either. It's not the good thing. I saw that. There was the oh shit kind of moment. He looks smashing. Okay, hitting alt is being held again. What's up, Sam? Welcome. How we doing tonight? I undid it. You like that? I like that. Story time. Yeah, I think it looks good.
You guys like that? Oh wait, we gotta
You lady. Sam's tired, been a long day. I'm sorry to hear that. Courtney asks, do you think the book is good? How far you I debate? Okay, so I am... I read today. I'm starting chapter 7 tonight. I'm enjoying it so far. We're just kind of really meeting people. You know what I mean? So it's just kind of getting into it, and we're getting to history. But I like what's happened so far. Like all the characters are really cool. So I think we just met a guy named Bucky. He's pretty cool. It started out, you know, with a prophecy and then a fight and a fire. And then chapter 2 had some spice in it. And then 3, 4, 5, and 6, we met some new people. So It's pretty cool so far. I mean, it's definitely still at the beginning, so I haven't said anything. I can't say anything yet. You know what I mean? So, and then that P says, whispers, what did we move? As far as what, P? Arnisha's back.
Where's P looking?
I don't know.
Is she looking?
But I will say one thing though. We need. She's on TikTok, but I'm saying I think we need more of the wheel than more Rune on the TikTok. You see what I'm saying? Because we do the wheel more than Rune. Hey, what's up, Red? Grats on getting your house up for sale, brother. So P, we've changed just the layout of some things, and then we're using my phone as a camera to get a little bit better quality on the video. But a lot more of the changes are actually on YouTube. We're doing a widescreen IMAX version, and then we're changing things over. So that's really about it. And then I do have a surprise today if some things happen, so that's always fun. I slept most of the day and played video games to celebrate. Heck yeah, Red, that sounds like fun. I'm going to be, after a stream tonight, I'm hanging out with a family member, cousin, my friend. What are you doing? What are you hitting? Oh, that's what she... So right. She's cooking again. I don't know what she's cooking, but she's cooking. We should time list how long it takes us to press the buttons. A Minorian button incoming for balance. What? But I guess he doesn't even. Yeah. No, that's gonna show up if only there. What? Okay, it's fine. It's fine. You have it on there. Right, but I was saying for when I'm not showing that one. That's what I was saying. We can put it on later, love. I was just saying that was something we had to do. That way it's on both of them. So. Da-da-da. All right. So this was a wise decision and I love you for it. Okay. Sorry. We're just catching up. All right. Where were we? So yeah, she made some changes today.
Rearranging and changing, like
she's taking measurements back there now, and she's doing lots of things. There's about to be so. Oh, look at that, ladies and gentlemen! Do you see what I see?
Mr. Reds, I have a nice truck. Just us for Gotham.
I'm just saying, we got a Batman. We got a Batman sign. Why shirt's so cool? Question. The shirt's so cool because I got cool people that send me badass shirts because they like me to have cool shirts because the shirts I used to wear were just a little bit old and raggedy because I don't really replace stuff because I don't. You know what I mean? That's all I'm going to say. It's pretty cool. And Liz is back here. She's rearranging stuff. She's rearranging things. I don't know what's happening. I'm not sure. She's in one of her things right now, so we're just gonna see what happens. So be prepared. It's pretty. These are very nice chairs. Yes, Batman. Yeah, these are very nice chairs, and they are they have vibrating features. They have remote controls with vibrating features of the pulse press waves, back, lumbar, thighs, and legs. You see what I'm saying? Very, very good. Very good. You know what I mean? So it's pretty fancy. What? Somebody said Allie was here? What's up, LC? What's up? That's her new nickname, if y'all didn't know. I'm telling you, it's a great chair. It's a very comfortable chair. It's a very comfortable chair. I'm not opposed. And then it's got some little. It can lean back too. You know. It's not bad. It's not a bad chair. It's not a bad chair. I will say, after about a year or so, you might need a little bit extra padding in the bottom. If you sit in it a lot, but the leather's very, very nice. Nice chair. Nice chair. All right. Your back needs that chair? It's pretty nice. Recliners are outlawed in our house for some dumb reason. You need help with that. Ooh, okay. So I got an idea. A recliner for a reading study. How about that? How about that? A recliner for a reading study. I'm just saying. Imagine that. Imagine. You know what I mean? I wonder if that would lower that.
If you can't have a recliner, maybe a chase lounge.
Ooh.
Could be an option.
Oh, it just can't look like a recliner because those are not aesthetically pretty. I respect that. I respect that. Oh, you know what I'm saying? Bad Caves, Books, and Snooze. Ah, ha, ha. Hey, what's up, MA? What's up? Hello. Chase Loungers are, that's funny. Watch Dragon Tales and it'll work better. I'm telling you, Mr. Raz, all you have to do, watch Dragon Tales, build a book study, and I'm pretty sure you could have anything you wanted. I'm just saying. I'm pretty sure. Hey, we're doing good, girl. How you doing? Welcome. It can't look like it belongs in my grandma's house with a TV dinner stand. I mean, that makes sense. I understand that. But trust me, once you get older, that won't matter. And you'll be like, you know what? Where's that TV dinner stand? Because it'll change. No, I'm just playing. M's like, I forgot I'm in a different time zone now. No! She's got to get used to everything. That's crazy. How's the unpacking going? The best recliners look like Gma's house, though. Are you on the East? Are you on East Coast now? Ooh, sorry to dig in my ear. You're almost done unpacking. Nice. You are awesome at that. Heck yeah. Getting unpacked quick. Your central stand. Oh, hey, you're with me now. Huzzah. Yes, baby. Yeah. You're in the good time zone. What? We're in the good time zone. Listen, this is the good time zone. No, this is what I mean by it. No, listen. Seriously, this is what I mean by it. Central Standard is the best time zone because when you're on the East Coast, right? Like if you want to watch a baseball game on the West Coast, it doesn't get done until 1, 2 o'clock in the morning. You see what I'm saying? But if you're in Central, it gets done at about midnight. The East Coast baseball games start at 5 and sports games, they start at 5. So the Central is right in the middle. So you get everything and it's not too late. Most of the shows, what is it? 7 Eastern, 8 p.m. So it's like 8 p.m. is our start. So it's a good time. You get time for dinner and it's the Central time is the right time. Central side. I like it. Picasso.
Guess who got to buy pink metallic leather today?
Oh yeah. So I don't know if y'all heard that. Excuse me. she had to go. Her and Lizface had to go to Hobby Lobby to buy supplies to finish up some cosplay costumes, and she had to buy foam, and she bought metallic pink leather, and apparently it's for me. What did you say? His Gambit's that badass. Jake needs pay, so we buy shelves for the office and curtains and stuff like that. Okay. The Hooby Looby. Yeah. She got to go there, and I went to the HEB and bought groceries. It was a fun day. I had to take the little ones with me because I pulled some back here. I got a little nerve. I'm like, ah! So they had to pick all the stuff up. It was pretty fun watching the kids do stuff. I'm like, I should make them do this more often. And I just pushed the cart. It was pretty fun. If anyone can rock metallic pink leather, it's me. Well, it's gonna be me because when I'm dressed up as Gambit. That's how we rolling. That's how we rolling. We're doing the original, so you got to have the pink. Why are you biting my feet, Hoobie? But anyway, all right. I'm excited, Law. I'm excited. Are you okay? Do you need help? Do you need assistance? She's still sore, y'all. She's still a little sore. So Saturday, so I'm gonna. Oh, I did see it. Yes. I'm gonna dime her out a little bit. So our back porch has been horrendous. The last time we cleaned it, you ready for this? It was last year. It was last year for the little one's birthday. And then, okay, she doesn't remember that, but that's what it was. It was the last year, the little one's birthday. So then we cleaned it, and then it's been whole year. It's been since then. So it's been a whole year just collecting her plants, dirt, whatever's. So anyway, Liz Face is like, oh, we're going to have some friends over and go swimming. We're like, oh, cool. And where'd she go? Where you go? Ow. Why are you hiding? She put herself in the corner. She's like, hey, I'm just going to clear some of these plants out of the way so they have a better walkway. I'm like, all right, cool, no problem. 10 minutes later, we are emptying the entire back porch, and she's redecorating it. Yeah.
It looks so good.
It looks amazing. It looks amazing, but man, we're sore. We are sore. Yes, this book is currently a standalone. As far as I know, she hasn't released. She's working on the second one.
What is she doing?
Y'all can't see, but we just moved it. So underneath here, if you're on YouTube, you can see, but right there, where you see the Calvin and Hobbes books, there's another back. Boom, over there. Saki Boo jumped inside one of the cubby holes. It's pretty funny.
She's in the ashen cubby hole.
She's in the ashen cubby hole. Yeah.
Hey, don't eat that.
Silo. I want to check that out, Dr. Lego. Nice. So yeah, this is a standalone. And I tell you what, I'm really getting into it. We're already chapter 7. There's 21 chapters and I think an epilogue. So I thought this is going to take till Friday. Excuse me. I don't even think it's going to take till Friday, guys. So, because like I said, I'm really liking the characters. If y'all haven't started yet, when y'all get to chapter 3, I think it's 3 or 4. Hang on. They land. I think it's 3 or 4. You meet Bucky. Bucky is fucking legit. Bucky so far is my favorite. Bucky is the coolest dude ever. He seems like a crazy old cute guy. I love fucking Bucky. Allie Grace is on 10. Nice. Yeah, we're about to do 7 tonight. And the chapters are really, I thought they were a little bit longer at the start, but they're starting to come in and they're starting to flow really good. So I hope y'all like it and enjoy it. So far, I am enjoying it. I'm not gonna lie. I was a little skeptical. I'm not sure what what stories are gonna hold. You know what I mean? So I just try to go in and say, all right, we're gonna see what happens, and I'm thoroughly enjoying it so far. And then, excuse me. And if you don't know, MA, she is on the videos. I do tag her in my videos, and she goes in the comments and she gives like little informational facts about some of the characters and stuff. So like references. So it's kind of like you're also getting some commentary. So don't forget to go by and watch the videos too. And I hate to do this. I hate to say, please go watch and like my videos, guys. Y'all know I hate that. But as we all know, the algorithm is so jacked up right now. And for the last, 4 days, videos are struggling to get to 100. And it's not just for me. Liz is having low views and on some too. So please, if you haven't seen them, my videos pop up on your FYP. Go hit my page up. Give it that full watch, please. That's what matters. The likes and all that help, but from what we're learning, it's about that whole watch time. So if you watch it all the way through, that's what really helps us. So anyway, let's get into it. I'm going to start this book tonight. We're going to get as far as we can. We're just going to see where the story takes us. I will say this so far. There's only been one little spicy scene. There's been one little spicy scene. And the spicy scene so far has been it's been a little bit more spicy than most of I read. I'd say so far this has probably had the most spice. If I was comparing it to anything, I'd say it's Akasoft with a little bit more. Okay, it was a little bit boom with Akasoft. Now just seeing the Wolf King videos. Wow. All right, bye, Court. Have a good night. Wow, that's crazy. Yeah, like Liz will post a video and I might not see hers, and she has. Have you had to go look for my videos today, love? Yeah. See, even she's had to go look for my videos, so I'm pretty sure that it's fine. Tiki-Taki just doing their thing again. Do have a surprise if certain things happen. We'll see that. We have some, I don't know if y'all see on the Tiki-Taki. We got, if y'all don't know, we got Timmy here. Y'all know we got Timmy. That's Banny. That's Banny. Okay, that's his name. YouTube, you can't see him quite yet. If we change the screen, I will, but we'll get him there. But that's Timmy, and that's Banny. Hopefully you understand what's happening with him. We'll see what happens. All right, everybody, let's get a wheel spin in really quick before we get started. We need a wheel spin. We haven't done a wheel spin. We didn't do too many on brunch day. So let's get out of the way, Jack. Jesus. Sorry. Jack was in the way. I know you can't see him, but he's right there. All right. Little spinneroni. But Timmy-san a little bit out of frame. How about there? Are we good right there? Did he fall over? Boop, 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 boop. Perfect. All right, boom. There we go. She says, I'll stay for the spin. All right, the spin. Ooh, here we go. That's kind of wild.
Rune Danon, Crown Prince of
The Serpent and the Wings of Night. On YouTube, yes, you can see that they're on YouTube, yes. All right. Good night, Sam. Is Starside still okay? Vague. Starside is official. Starside is officially, it's off the wheel. Starside has come off the wheel, and it is officially the next read. As you can see, it's right there. We've pulled that little tag right there. I will pull out my pointer, but I broke it the other day fighting a sword fight between the people. But yeah, Starside is official. Whenever we finish Flames to the Beast, we are jumping into Starside, and we have put the Jasad era. The Jasad era. Air.
It's just air.
Air, not era. Oh, air, like is in the next person.
Yes.
Oh, okay. I thought it was the
Air.
era. I thought it was
No.
the Jasad era. Okay, gotcha.
Like
The
air
Jasad
fire.
air. The Jasad air has been replaced. Star side. Unfortunately, being the newest book, it does have a 0 votes. But all right. All right, I'm headed out too. All right, Belle, get some good sleep. No worries. Hope you start to feel better soon.
Feel better, love.
Emily is giving mandated Faye rehab. What is happening? Okay, stay for the spin. I never hated stairs more in my life. Em, oh, you got 3 stories out, don't you? Yeah.
Wait, am I spinning again?
For what?
I don't know.
No, we're not spinning again, love.
Oh.
I gotta get some story in, babe. Gotta get some story in. All right, we'll get some spins in though. If you're gonna, are you gonna go in or?
I was looking.
Okay. I don't know. She's doing things. All right, Vegs, take care. We'll see ya. Hey, welcome, Pixie. Welcome. All right, let's get started. Flames to the Beast by M.A. Levy. All right, let's go. Chapter 7, The Army Remains. Here we go. Oh, how you doing? Family-friendly show. What are you doing? God bless you. God, I salute you. Love that woman. Okay, here we go. Sorry. In chapter 7, the army remains. Traveling underground toward Fortaleza. Fortaleza. That's the town. That's the town in Brazil. That's where that was. Okay, traveling underground in Fortaleza. Keller moved through the maze of dimly lit tunnels. As he made his way towards the bowels of the great church, he remembered the first time he had seen the structure. The massive edifice had stood for thousands of years, unchanged at the heart of the ever-evolving city. The tunnels had been constructed long at the first primary established the order beneath the church. Above ground, discreet double cross marked the hidden entrances, simply, easily overlooked. Hey, love. Y'all done with the chalk playing? Nice. Not too hot or anything, right? Okay, cool. All right. Above ground, discreet double cross marked the hidden entrances, simply easy overlooked. It was one of the main reasons their community and their army had endured the secrecy for so long. Keller couldn't help smirking. People were so easily deceived by the surface appearance. They never scratched for deeper meaning, never questioned for the true purpose behind anything. They never saw the deeper purpose of anything. Humanity had always been blind to its own selfishness. They didn't think twice of the beggar on the street or where the whore they had fucked ended up that night. That's why no one ever found a hidden entry point in a pile of stones in an open field. Things can slip by those who are unobservant in the world full of secrets. He hoped those that walked in the caverns beneath the church were unperceptive as those that roamed above them, several feet to the earth that separated them from the outside world. Faintly, he could hear the stirrings of the city above him echoing through the corridor. They reverberated through the canals and tunnels, distorting into a low, growling bellows that creaked, an eerie illusion of other men moving through the halls. However, Keller knew he was not alone. Sort of. The demon. Fucking John. Who names the demon John? Oh, that's fucking great. I'm sorry. I thought that was funny. Sorry. The demon remained silent since their agreement earlier that morning, yet Keller was keenly aware that his thoughts and even his body were no longer entirely his own. Not until the task was finished. His anxiety spiked as he reflected on the current course of action. He was preparing to betray the only family he had ever known. As a child, he had devoured stories of heroes and adventures, knights and men of honor who had saved the day and won the girl. An intense orphan with nothing, he had longed for the life with the aching intensity. He wanted purpose, status, wealth, honor, a name that meant something, dreams that became reality when his adopted father Burl brought him into the order. They gave him everything that he had ever wanted, but with no cost. The training had been brutal, endless, merciless, the experiments worse. They had burned away his fingerprints, filed and reshaped his teeth with their grotesque machines, pain beyond endurance. Yet he survived it all, endured every torment, held onto his sanity for one reason only. The future he believed awaited him with Rosalind, to be worthy of her, to earn her, to deserve her. In time, the order had elevated him, pulled him from the barracks, given him command, named him a leader, a hero. And still, it had not been enough. Rosalind had remained his final obsession, his final desire, until she rejected him. When she asked him for her hand, she had been sweet with him, gentle. She held his hand, met his gaze, and told him she would always love him as a sister would a brother. Ouch! That was no more than the dearest friend. John flooded Keller's mind with memories now, showing him how he had tried, in Keller's stead, to secure Rosalind through Leonardo's deal. Even then, they had been forbidden, banned, shut out completely. No longer do you have to pretend to be the hero. John's voice lingered over the memory of surface unbidden. Every failed attempt to purge Rosalind from his mind over the past year. By day he forced discipline, control, distant. But when night fell, she invaded his dreams with cool persistence. John would awaken then, restless, unsettled, consumed by the hunger that he could never fully satisfy. More than once, John took over, seeking distraction in the arms of a willing woman and man. Bodies offered in the dark, meant to dull the ache. It never lasted. They were shadows, echoes, nothing more. None of them were Rosalind. They were never worthy of you. Those sluts of Adam would never understood you, never loved you the way Rosalind could. You're right, Keller murmured under his breath. The words tasted like surrender. If I am not meant to have her as a hero, Keller said, bitter anger tightening in his chest, then I will have her as a villain. All right, you're a chode. Keller, you've become a chode. Chode. God dang it, Keller. I didn't have hope for you, but you've crossed the line. Sorry. The villain I was always meant to become. Silence followed, heavy and approver. Keller felt it. John agreed. Allie's like, I didn't have hope. I knew it. I always have. I was holding out for a little bit of hope. I was holding out for some hope, man. Just wanted a little bit of hope. A little bit. Oh, well. The determination made stride longer, the back a little straighter, and his muscles more taut. As he turned to bend in the tunnel, the details painting of Christ's crucifixion on the brick wall at the end of the tunnel came into view. A massive, intricate depiction of Christ nailed to the cross, domination of the brick wall, the corridor's end. Keller approached slowly as he had done countless times before. He stopped before it. He cranked his neck to stare at the poetic image and furrowed his brow. Strangely, Keller studied the artwork with new awareness, one that unsettled him, with striking contrast to the stormy background in the painting. Keller saw Christ's frail body perched on the cross. Sadly, it was for all mortal life to judge. The unknown artist of the depiction had painted Christ's torso to slump forward, while his head rested against his shoulders and the sorrowless eyes toward something unknown in the sky. The painting was morbid and made Keller uncomfortable. Breaking contact with the picture, he blinked. Within seconds, the eyes of Christ changed their direction. What the heck? What you looking at me for, Willis? The once somber blue-green eyes were burning directly into him, piercing. A gut-seeking tension thundered hard in his chest. The feeling was deeper than symbolism and heavier than guilt. This was a moment of reckoning. He knew what stood before him. He had reached the final threshold. Keller knew his options. Entered the caverns as his brother of the Holy Order, or as its adversary. Quickly, he cast his eyes away from the Christ to ease the sudden discomfort and shame that he felt. A whisper coiled through his mind. You're so close. Don't back away now. John murmured silkenly, not when Rosalind waits. Keller heard John hurriedly replace the residing guilt with renewed anger. Forcefully, he implemented his choice before the image of Christ. He snarled in the painting as he kept his eyes away from Christ's sorrowful gaze. Foe. He shot his eyes to stare defiantly into the face of the thin man, but his eyes were cast of Keller no more. Anymore. He quickly became alarmed at the swift change of Christ's gaze, and he had denied the sun. The shift was immediate and defined. Denunciation. He knew whatever heavily influenced he had was no longer existence. He made the choice knowing the ties were going to become severed. Turned sharply, Keller noticed the ceremonial dagger mounted beside the painting. Its blaze caught the dim light, glinting with ominous promise. In one smooth motion, he wrenched it free from the dowels. As he did, faint Latin scripts shimmered in dull white light into the existence above the mural. He shifted his gaze, reading the words slightly. She said clients need to stop texting me in story. She said it's story time, folks. Allie, I love you, sweetie. You are so amazing. You are a rock star, girl. I'm telling you. Keller could feel John pressing against the back of his skull. His controlled grab at Keller's sight and took over long enough to read them. But it was Keller who said it out loud. The wounds of Christ. Keller's signs returned to him quickly. He pricked his finger with the dagger, gritting his teeth from the slight affliction. He dropped the blade to the ground and replied, Stigmata. Rightly he proceeded to place his bleeding finger over certain parts of the painting. In his blood, Keller put crosses over the thorn-rimmed forehead of Christ as he was nailed, his wrist and his feet, then made the mark of Christ's side. Finally, the last blood cross rested over the heart. It depicted were the true blood for all humanity, and they'd wounded him. Once Keller had finished, his stark red blood soaked into the painting disappeared. The stone wall groaned. Within a deep ancient creek, it began to swing inward, revealing a hidden chamber beyond. Keller crossed the threshold into the vast doomed hall. His gaze lifted immediately into the sight before him. The Order's masters, clad in their customary long black robes, stood in a tight circle around a massive polished oak table set in the center of the room. Above them an iron chandelier hung low, its presence heavy and severe. Their voices clashed in a heated argument, sharp, raised, uncontrolled. Keller had never witnessed such disorder among the masters, among the maters. He needed to hear every word. Their argument centered on him. I'm making dinner and turned my stove on and my phone sent you a notification. Emily's living in the future, y'all. She got one of them fancy stoves. What the heck? That's crazy, girl. All right, here we go. Describe everything to me now, John demanded, frustration sharp in his voice. He hated being blind to the physical world. Irritated by the intrusion, Keller replied through his mind, his thoughts edged with warning. We're in the chamber's doors. Every wall is lined with identical doors, each one leading to different rooms. Some open to other tunnel systems throughout the sanctuary. Every door bears a specific marking. No one becomes lost. He paused, focusing his gaze on the chamber around him. The floor dips low at the center. White stones steps rings in the basin, leading down a massive oak table where the masters gather for council. Like they are now, his patient thin. Now be silent. I need to hear what the Order masters are shouting. Keller could feel himself going numb and growing angrily as his sight slowly faded into darkness. Don't even think you're trying to take control, Keller snapped inwardly. I think about trying to take control, Keller snapped inwardly. I will expose you to the High Master myself, and this will end. The pressure vanished instantly. His sight returned and his body was his own again. John became eerily calm, and he got his last words until he went silent again. Soon, Keller, soon we will be equal. What the fuck? That's kind of scary, man. He lets that okay. All right, you are playing with a demon. Keller snorted internally, dismissing the words. He no longer cared what the demon promised. At last, he turned his full attention to the chamber. 20 men stood gathering in the heat disputed. Their voices rised, echoing through the doomed room. Keller remained in the shadows, silent and watchful. Hello, love. What is happening here?
Mind your business.
Minding my business. I'm going back to reading, folks. All right. What do you propose we do, Sebastian? Percy demanded. We sent scouts in every direction. They returned with nothing. No trace of him within 300-mile span. Whoa. If he had been captured, there would have been signs, evidence, something. He shook his head. Fury sharpened his voice. No. He had his tracks deliberately. He had not wanted to be found. He knew he would be forced to answer for the abusing his power. He betrayed us. Percy, a middle-aged man with gray light brown hair and fiery green eyes, bellowed with conviction. He didn't betray us, Percy. Aurelio said quietly. The blind man was advanced in his age and known throughout the order for his compassion. Yet compassion had not always been his nature. A lifetime steeped in bloodshed, brutality, and indulgence had carved wisdom into him near the end of his life. Percy did not allow the defense to stand. Keller seized control of the knights, slaughtered an entire powerful werewolf clan. He snapped, "You know what that means. They will answer with the prophecy war. Oh, they will answer with prophecy. War will come between their kind and ours." He slammed his palm against the table. "No, I say it again. We send our strongest to find Keller and schmill him." Oh no! "Then we make peace with the clans." His gaze hardened. "We send Jeremiah." Sebastian darted up from his throne in a throne of silver and black. Both hands slammed against the table. The sharp crack echoed through the chamber, cutting clean through the noise. The echo slap sounded throughout the room, accompanied from the furious shouting. "He will not make assumption," he thundered. I know the evidence that stands against him. The testimony of terrified citizens burying their dead are enough to paint a grim picture. But that is what may have happened, not what we know to be true." His gaze sweeps across the gathered masters. "The cause of this tragedy remains unclear, and until we understand it fully, it would be reckless to condemn him." His voice lowered, sharpened with authority. "It would be wise, gentlemen, to honor the law of trial before we move to assassinate a man who had not yet been proven guilty." Keller listened intently, a sly smirk tugging at his lips in the loyalty in his adopted father's defense. Once he had been cold, hungry adolescent with nowhere to call home, desperate for comfort, for safety, for survival. He needed money. He needed it quickly. For 2 weeks, he had slept in the alley behind a jewelry shop, watched the owner each day, studying the old man's routines until he believed he had learned enough to steal from him. The night he fully acted, lock picks trembling in his fingers, a deep, stern voice cut through the darkness. "Stop!" Keller had froze. He dropped the tools at once, convinced he had been caught from that prison, or worse, awaiting him. He did not know that the voice belonged to Sebastian. He only knew fear compiled. Hang on, I lost myself. He froze, awaited. He did not know then that the voice belonged to Sebastian. He only knew fear compiled obedience, but instead of punishment, Sebastian offered him warmth, food, shelter, purpose, a life of duty. Keller accepted. He had little choice. Refusal would have meant prison, or the slow death he had already been living. Within hours, Sebastian escorted him back out the orphanage and formally claimed him as his son. Damn, within an hour, y'all. That's wild. Over time, Keller became Sebastian's apprentice in the skill of enchantment, yet he struggled to focus on the tedious nature of the craft. Sebastian soon recognized the fury coiled beneath the boy's surface and chose to not suppress it, but to shape it. Noticing Keller's underlying aggression, Sebastian thought it would be best to make such a flaw useful. He sent Keller to Guanin for warrior training. Okay. Through the years of the back-breaking hardships, Keller excelled beyond his peers and had gained ultimate leadership. That was the day he looked at Sebastian's soft brown eyes and saw a father's pride. Though tears and quick hugs, Sebastian proclaimed he had become like a son to him, and God had offered him a chance to be a father again. Keller found acceptance, but he knew if it wasn't for Sebastian, the others might have schmilled him long ago. Can you close that window if you're done, just in case if you don't need it, just in case the puzzle piece that was off. Thank you, love. No, you're good. I didn't know. Okay, claimed her father or son. Keller found acceptance, but he knew Sebastian and the others might have schmilled him long ago. The memory faded. Keller's faint smile disappeared, and the argument from around the table began. I hope you found a better falsehood from them than you did from the seeker, John whispered, his voice sliding into Keller's mind like a blade to provoke. I didn't need you then, and I don't need you now. Keller lied, though. He clenched his jaw and scurried for something credible to say to them. He forced his focus outward, scrambling to construct something unbelievable, something flawless. Because within the order, deception was a death sentence. And once you belonged to them, there was only one way out. Death. Percy is right, Sebastian, and yet Sebastian speaks truth as well. Alejandro chimed in to look at the men and approximately sat at the opposite side of the table. How diplomatically convenient of you, Alejandro, Simon had said. Of you, Alejandro, Simon said Snidely. Talking about fucking Sneedly. What? I'm just making up words now, my guy. I'm so sorry. I'm butchering a good story. I'm sorry. Words are hard. My bad. All right. Am I being reasonable? Alejandro insisted, clearly wavering in the prolonged dispute. He turned fully toward Sebastian. We have waited nearly 3 months for Keller's return. He has not come. That's a long time to not come. The possibilities are few. He is Schmed. He has been captured. Or he is guilty of the crime. Silence felt heavier around the table. Alejandro continued, voice steady. If he fled out of guilt, then he is a coward and does not deserve the dignity of a trial. He abandoned the very men he persuaded to follow him, men who now lie buried because of his actions. We were under a reformation of what we once were. We need to appoint a new leader to command the knights, should war come. Alejandro continued. We must prepare for the possibilities that the blood beast will refuse to see the truth that Master Raven has been purging the order for the past decade. That there's too much history, that they won't see that we are not responsible for this catastrophe. For this catastrophe. For this catastrophe. What is going on, my guy? I'm so nervous. You make me nervous when you're on your knees. I'm so nervous. Anyway, that was the act of rogue within our ranks. Okay, quit tickling me, knucklehead. He watched Sebastian carefully. What'd you say? You're not doing nothing. Not doing nothing. The white of the old man's eyes had begun to ridden with stain and grief. Alejandro pitied him. But as a natural voice among the masters, he could not afford bias. Still, when he spoke again, his soft tone, we all known Keller was among our finest, but there was always been something we overlooked within him, and he now broke the cardinal rule. He shattered alliances within the Santos clan. He caused civilian schmeths, though reckless and violent, and he cost us many of our most valuable men as they acted mindlessly under his control. His gaze swept the table. We cannot remain divided over this. I propose we vote. Allow the tally to settle the matter once and for all. A murmur of agreement rippled around the chamber. Several of the masters nodded. Even Sebastian, after a long, rigid pause, released a quiet breath that inclined his head and reluctant constant. Alejandro straightened. All of those in favor of assassinating the corrupt. From the shadows of the outer edge of the room, Keller stepped forward, descending the shadow steps into the chandelier's glow. His boots echoed against the stone as he entered the light. Woo, he's walking in, folks. He's walking in. He walked down the steps further into the light. No need to vote on my life just yet, gentlemen, Keller said smoothly. I've come to explain my absence and to stake my claim. Silence detonated across the chamber. One by one, the masters took in his appearance. The deformity, the scars, gasps filled the room. The warped remnants of the fire's cruelty echoed in his flesh and fraying clothing. Keller stood unmoved beneath the chandelier, fully aware that the harsh illumination did nothing to soften what he had become. Sebastian spoke first. Horror lied in his features and shock through his voice. Keller, look at you. Your face. What happened, son? Keller dissented in the center of the chamber and claimed an empty chair from the circle around the table. He sat with controlled composure before answering. Deformed by the fire. Oh, got a puzzle piece, got a puzzle piece. Yay!
There for 3.5
No, that's all I was saying. I'm like, hey, we got a puzzle piece. That's all I'm saying. It was like a puzzle piece. What are you talking about? Oh, my Lord. God dang, Lord, Gina, are you okay? Did you get extra rune today or something? What the heck? What is happening with you? Y'all, she lose her mind. She going, go. Oh, Emma, it ain't you. Trust me. It's probably me. It's not. I don't think there's typos. I think that's me. That's me. That ain't you. That ain't you, girlfriend. That is me. Listen. Does Dom listen? Shh. Shh. We don't talk about that right now. Listen, we're almost done with this chapter, I think. I got a great idea. Okay, let's finish this chapter. Hang on. What? Right there? Right there? Ooh, I like it right there. Ooh, that way he goes under, yeah. Yeah, you got Timmy and Benny. Yeah, right under each other. I like it, Picasso. Yeah. I got you. Perfect. High five. High five. High five. High five. Give me a hand. Job. Family friendly show, my love. What is happening here? Good Lord. All right. Sorry. Where are we? Keller, look at your face. What happened? Keller described the center of the chamber and claimed the empty chair that from the circle around the table. That's what she said. He sat with a controlled composure before answering. Deformed by the fire in the tavern, he said evenly, I battled the creature and defeated it.
It's a family.
It is not family friendly in here, finally. Oh, you're funny. I'm sorry. Deformed by the fire in the tavern, he said evenly. I battled the creatures and I defeated it. Escaped, but not without cost. The flames took hold of its fur. The fire spread too quickly. I was caught in it. Then you are confessing to your crimes, Vaughn. We found Vaughn! Vaughn stated, thinking it was going to be as simple as that. Keller turned his gaze to the balding elder, a man blind in one eye, standing as close as death as Simon himself. He then swept his eyes across the gathering of men. I confessed. I schmilled a werewolf, he said, but not an ordinary one. This creature was unnatural, deformed, corrupted by Satan himself. The way he stood, the way he moved, everything about him reeked of higher evil. Even his eyes burned blood red. There was no mortal beast. It was a careful lie, woven with fragments of truth from the prophecy. And with the seeker currently gone, there was no one left to contradict him. Yet he saw the masters share glances at each other before looking back at him. Keller felt prickles along his skin and shifted slightly in his seat, careful to make it look like a subtle adjustment of nonchalance. Gable's face drained of color. Gable's face drained of color. Fear flickered openly in his hazel eyes, but Keller suspected it wasn't from what he said. Do you know what? Whom you are describing, boy? He asked quickly. His snagging face and jowls wiggled as he looked around the others once more. Keller meant the burly redhead stared without hesitation. Yes, he said defiantly. I understand the weight of my words. I've studied the limited records we possess about such creatures, but this one was different, even from the abomination we already fear. All right, Em, have a good night. Enjoy dinner. Bum, ba-da-dum, bum. Okay, sorry. Was I? Yes, and finally I understood the weight of my words. I've studied the limits of possessions of such creatures, but this one was defined even from the abomination we already fear. This is why I sought out the seeker. I have just returned from his caverns. I needed what I had to kill. What I had witnessed. He lifted his chin slightly, voice steady. My actions were justified. The seeker confirmed what I feared. The time of preparation has begun. The werewolf I schmilled was the first of its bloodline to be trained with demonic corruption. Bum, bum, bum. from? Percy surged to his feet, fury exploding across his features. He slammed his fist against the table. Liar! Eyes snapped to Percy. Keller felt the familiar rush of fury raise in his chest. He forced it down carefully. His temper slipped, or worse, if John surfaced, it would expose everything. For now, the demon remained silent. And Keller clung to the fragile mercy. He turned to Percy slowly. Do you doubt me? Keller asked, his voice cool and edged with warning. You doubt the Seeker's vision of truth? Keller gritted, feeling the tick in his neck muscle. I am out of the battlefield while you sit on your fat fucking ass and grow placid in your hall. Percy didn't back away from Keller's powerful augury. Do you think you're the only one who's gone to see the Seeker about this matter? He shot back. I am the master of the Coven of Research and other monstrosities. My division studies demons, rogue witches, and corrupt blood tasters. The very creatures your units are trained to hunt, boy. He spat with malevolence foaming from the mouth. Keller's jaws tightened. He met Percy's stare with open hostility. And your point? He asked, hating every bit of the man he addressed. Ooh, she telling. Ooh, she putting on her Dom voice, Hoobie. Ooh, Hoobie getting it. Hoobie getting it. All right, sorry. I will schmill him first, John whispered through Keller's mind. The deep, echoed voice blocked what Percy was saying. Keller shook his head to clear the demon's voice away. Percy's face flushed with anger. Don't shake his head at me, boy, he raved. The beast's blood you spoke will mark the start of an unnatural Armageddon if it is not stopped. For years I've traveled the direction of what the Order once was. He stepped forward slightly, voice growing more intense. The kin of the true sin will be chosen to be Lucifer's werewolf when the time comes to fruition. It will be born. Linked through the blood, through time, and God alone knows what else it will bind. There will only ever be one demonic werewolf, and there will be signs, many signs, signs meant to prepare us for its arrival. His gaze locked onto Keller as he drove the point further. This is why our new alliance with the clans matter. This is why their survival was vital, and yet for months none of the signs have manifested. Not one. Until now. A cold smile touched Percy's lips. The Seeker had tried many times to locate this creature through me. He saw nothing, nothing at all. Then again, he could see through you. Silence thickened the chamber. Why is that, Keller? Hey, no kitty. They're trying to double team you.
I know.
Wow.
Sisters were ganging up on me.
Woo.
Bigger than you.
Okay. Why is that, Keller? Percy paused. Is that your story truth, or merely a convenient lie to absolve yourself of responsibility? He gestured broadly to the council. You bring no proof, no evidence in the Seeker's hand, and we are expected to accept it blindly? His tone sharpened to contempt. Why on earth would I believe your words against my knowledge? Percy's smug features excelled through his cocky evidence. Why should I believe you over this letter? Percy pulled out a lever from his robe, the black wax seal of the Raven. The Seeker's mark, broken. Why should I believe your testimony over my knowledge? Percy addressed the council. No kitty girl. A letter, gentlemen, arriving last night of what happened when Keller visited him. Percy slammed down the parchment on the table as he cast his burning gaze at Keller. A warning in the Raven's own hand, marked and sealed. Dun, dun, dun! Keller studied the men around him. Their stern, withered face held judgment. Every one of them, except Sebastian, whose expression was filled with worry and quiet grief. Unbidden, the image of Christ-painted eyes flashed through Keller's mind. He shook it away. John's voice slithered softly through his thoughts again. Let me schmill them for you. Vessel, the time has come. No, Keller said sharply aloud. Sebastian stiffened. No what, Keller? He asked gently as he placed his hand on Keller's arm. Sebastian pulled back suddenly, gripping the other hand as if he had a brief moment had contact with wounded him somehow. He had started at Keller's odd movements. suspecting something had changed in him. Concern tightened his features. John hissed, "He knows I'm with you. He has to die." Keller lowered his gaze, fixing on the grooves etched in the table. He could not afford to meet their eyes. Not yet. Not like this. He gathered himself carefully before speaking again. "I do not know I was expected to return with a letter pinned to my chest like a drooling simpleton," he hissed. "No, you do not have to trust my words over your knowledge." He finally lifted his gaze, locking intentionally over Percy. "But I do ask that you have faith in him." "Faith, Percy." His brow arched slightly, his tone sharpened. "Is it not the truest virtue the Lord teaches us to hold in the time of uncertainty?" Even Judas sat at the feet of Christ listening to his words before greed overcame him, Percy said coldly. "So tell me, Keller, what did you betray us for?" Sebastian couldn't take it anymore. Fear clenched around his lungs, tight and merciless. His old heart thundered in his ears as if it might burst. Before Keller or anyone could answer, Sebastian slammed his voice into the room. "Enough!" he shouted. "This is getting ridiculous. We could sit here all day debating whether he speaks truth or lies, and in the end, it will still be words. His word against ours." He looked at Keller as if he said the last part, pain welling in his large eyes. He swallowed down the emotions and continued. "While we tear ourselves in half," we drew in a hard breath, forcing steadying that would come. "We cannot be divided like this. Not now. He is here, and he will not die today." "He defends you even though he knows what you are, Vessel," the demon whispered. "Oh, wait, I gotta work on my demon voice. "He will defend you even though he knows what you are, Vessel," the demon whispered. Keller didn't reply. I kind of like John's voice. It's kind of feeling it. Sorry. He was still a statue of emotions, as rooted in the moment as he watched Sebastian defend the honor he had no longer. Sebastian pointed a finger towards Keller as if anchoring the room for that single face. He has given the answer for his actions. The prophecy was written long before any of us drew a breath. Yet who is to say prophecy cannot shift the way all things shift with time? His voice cracked with conviction. Keller said he schmilled a corrupt werewolf. Sebastian's eyes burned as he looked at the masters. I believe him. Grant, a middle-aged man with bronze skin and large silken eyes of turquoise, lifted a hand, firm in control. Sebastian, calm yourself, he said. Your emotions. You are overworking your heart. His gaze sharpened, but his voice was pleading. Use logic, my friend. You believe him for biased reasons. You have always looked at him as was Malik. It was Malachi. Malachi. I'll get it. Sebastian felt the old wound tear open as he mentioned of his dead son. Oh, that sucks. Anger, regret, and the grief that struck his chest all at once, and crushing the wave that fed the fire already burning inside him. His face flushed red, features tight as his jowls trembled with raw emotion. I believe him, Sebastian growled, his voice rough with pain, because he is our brother. The commander you all had seen fit to lead. He took the blood oath. What reason? For all men in his room would have to lie to us. His voice broke slightly on the last words to me. He looked at them all pointedly, daring any of them to challenge him. May God strike me dead, Sebastian thundered, if he is the devil in disguise. In the violent instant, the iron chandelier tore loose from the ceiling stone and crashed down on. God damn! Oh wow! Okay, hang on. What the hell? Let me make sure that's the. Yep, that's the right page. Okay, I'm just making sure I didn't skip a fucking page. Holy shit! In a violent instant, the iron chandelier tore loose from the stone ceiling and crashed down onto the wooden table. The man shattered from their seats, dividing a cover as an impact exploded outward. Splinters of oak, shards of twisted metal, and a hot candle wax burst through the air. Several ducked low, arms raised above their heads, and debris rained down around them. With the echoes of the crash finally faded and heavy silence followed, their eyes slowly adjusted to the sudden loss of the main light. The remaining walls, torches, and smaller ceiling fixtures still burn, casting flickering illumination across the ruined chamber. One by one, the men lifted themselves from the floor, shaken but unharmed. They began to look around, and then they saw it. Shock spread across their faces in a silent wave. Alejandro was the first to speak. He drew in a sharp breath, horror draining the color from his face. "Master Sebastian," he whispered. His gaze flickered toward Keller, and the rest of the men followed his eyes, only to recoil, tearing their attention away from the sight. "God took his life," Alejandro said hoarsely, "to show us the truth." Keller was last to rise. He pushed himself to his feet slowly, and stilled as Alejandro's words registered. The men stood scattered around the wreckage, their gazes locked onto him, hard, accusing, unmoving. His stomach dropped. He turned toward the devastation at the chamber's centers. Sebastian, metal and splintering wood, had impaled the body at brutal angles. Shards of the shattered table pierced through the clothes and flesh alike, while the twisting iron of the fallen chandelier crushed his chest beneath his weight. Blood pooled darkly beneath him, soaking the ruined floor. Keller's breath left him all at once. Percy's voice rose in a shout. "Seize him!" But the command never reached Keller. Sound vanished. All he could hear was a high-pitched ringing scream inside his skull. The world blurred at the edges. He had seen death before. He had caused death before, but never seen someone who had loved him. Never the man who had called him son. He wanted to look away from Sebastian's eyes. Lifeless, open, and fixed on him was something that looked too much like sorrow. He couldn't bring himself to tears to tear his eyes away from him. Sebastian's white hair was matted with cooled wax and darkening blood from the metal stake that pierced through his skull. The contrast struck Keller with sickening clarity. Blood in the snow, the once flushed warmth of a man he had called father, had drained into the ghostly parlor. Blood pooled around his shattered body, spreading outwardly in a glistening halo. "They're coming for you," John snared inside his mind. "Let me do it, Keller." Keller did not move, did not speak. "Keller," John shrieked. "Look up. Say the word. Let me kill them. Do it for Rosalind." Slowly, too slowly, Keller lifted his head. A dozen men surged toward him, weapons raised, faces twisting with rage and horror. Something inside him finally broke. "Kill them all," Keller whispered. The worlds felt distant, detached, like they belonged to someone else. A cool numbness spread through him as a conscience slipped backwards, receding, dissolving, while something darker surged forward to claim what remained. The world vanished in a flood of black. Keller no longer saw, no longer felt, no longer existed. He surrendered to the void, and for the first time, he did not resist. Slowly, Keller returned to himself, reclaiming control of his body. Slumped forward, he felt the cold stone wall pressed against his back. He opened his eyes and lifted his head, trying to remember where John had left him. He blinked sluggishly. His vision swam and doubled like a man deep in drink. Nausea rolled through him. His stomach lurched from strain, his body to endure. He twisted to the side just in time, bile raising in his throat. His body shuddered as he vomited onto the ground beside him. The sour stenching turned his stomach again, forcing dry heaves until nothing remained. John finally spoke. His voice thinned and drained, like a whisper dragged from dying lungs. "Our kind does this to yours when you let us in. Resistance makes it painful. You did not resist me, so it will pass quickly." Keller listened to John until the fog cleared from his senses. He realized he was back from where he had first entered the chamber. He let his head fall against the cold stone wall and took the scene before him. Bodies lay scattered across the room. Once rested near his feet, he recognized Grant at once. Blood streaked his face and his neck twisted at a grotesque angle. Even from where he sat, Keller could smell it, the metallic tang of blood thick in the air. The stench of death clung to the chambers. He felt nothing, no remorse, no emotion, only hollow numbness. Then a sharp crack splintered the silence as a flesh cloth ripped. A corpse slipped from one of the smaller chandeliers and struck the floor with a heavy thud. It's kind of funny. It's fucked up, but it's kind of funny. I'm not gonna lie. So this is what remains after your chaos, blood and gore. John Strain chuckled an echo in Keller's mind before he continued. What's that? Oh, my bad. Well, the master. Bye. Love you. Okay, third. So this is what remains after chaos, blood and gore. John chuckled, echoed in Keller's mind before he continued. Well, the masters are gone. The seeker is nowhere to be found. You, me, and an army of 10,000 remain. Our enemies are fewer, thanks to you, my friend. But one question lingers. Sebastian was the necromancer that I relied upon. And God, he is vengeance. It took him from me. Now who will curse the blade? You've accepted me. You are now a necro. He's now a necro. Oh my lord. Okay, Keller's got a little bit stronger now. Fuck a duck. God damn it. All right. You accepted me. You are now a necromancer, a vessel through which my shade may thrive. Our powers flow through your blood. Take us to his chamber and use his materials. We will perform the rites ourselves. There is no need to hide what we are any longer. You and I will now rule this place. The masters of the Holy Order of St. Michael are ahead, and we live to command as we see fit. John released his strength into Keller in a blazing surge. The irony of evil thriving beneath holy ground. No mortal can touch you now. Damn. Keller groaned as pain shot through his body. Like lightning raced along his veins, he finished against the invasions, muscles tightening from shock. Then it settled. Power. A new darkness wrapped around him like velvet. Heavy, invincible, intoxicating. Not a trace of weakness remained. Keller rose slowly to his feet, lifting his hands before him. Excuse me. The wounds that once marked them were gone. They looked unchanged. Yet he knew they were not. They were weapons now. Beyond his fingers, his gaze fell upon Percy's corpse, hanging over the high walk. Keller had despised the man for years. His pity, his smugness, the comfort from his soft life. Keller steadied his hands again. Then Percy. Do it. You know you can, John urged. Keller's fingers sparkled. Silvery blue arcs of energy danced across his skin. He turned his hand, watching a current gather, rolling his wrist, cupping the palm of electricity condensed into a glowing sphere. With a flicking, he sent the charge into Percy's body. The surge ignited the black robes at once. Flames crawled across the corpse as the scent of burning flesh and scorched blood filled the chamber. Keller laughed, low and dark. If heaven would not have me, then I will make the angels kneel. I will spread hellfire to those who oppose me. Satisfied, he nudged the burning body over the ledge with his boot. It tumbled down the steps below. A twisted smile pulled at his lips. Now we can leave. God damn! That escalated quickly. What the fuck a duck? Holy shitballs, Batman. That was wild, yo. That went from a friendly interrogation and nobody gonna believe you to fuck everybody at once. Holy shit. Okay. I enjoyed that. All right, let's get a wheel spin in really quick. Wheel spin time. Connor, Danica. I don't know if y'all saw them down there. Don't watch, they're shy. They're shy. What do we got? Oh, look at that. The first vote for the Jasad Air. before I start the next chapter. Pixie, are you still here, my friend? Pixie, Pixie, Pixie. That was a fun chapter, girl. That was a fun. I thought it was going to be an interrogation. Then bam, that started up. Like, that was crazy. I don't like Keller, but I kind of like John. I know John is a bad demon, but I kind of like John. I kind of like him. It's kind of fucked up to say. Anyway, is Pixie still here? No. I'll have to wait a second. Just want to wait. I had to tell Pixie something. Bum, bum, bum. I feel also, I'm not gonna lie, she's not here right now. I wanted to say it too. I feel so awkward. I'm not gonna lie, sitting here reading, and I got Liz back here like decorating shelves and shit. You know how bad that makes me feel that she'd be doing that? That's all I'm gonna say. That's all I'm gonna say. John is a tempting character. He grew I get it. He's a demon, so I kind of have leeway. Like, all right, he's supposed to be a bad guy, but he seems to be a pretty cool darn demon. Like, he's just trying to help the guy out. I mean, he's helping a chode out, but I'm not a fan of Keller. If Keller, I hope, is Keller going to reverse Tamlin me? That's what I'm afraid of. Keller is going to reverse Tamlin me, and I'm going to end up like hating the guy, and I'm going to end up liking him at the end because he's going to end up being some sort of good guy. But I don't know. Ah, oh, you got my books down there. Yeah, you laughing at me. I'm just saying, you making me feel like I'm a chode. You say it's okay. I did buy you dessert though today, so that's okay. I bought you some dessert. I brought dessert today when I went to the store. All right, we're gonna get another chapter in here. We'll get at least one more in tonight, maybe two, depending on how they go. All right, chapter 8. Cursing the blade. All right, so I guess he's about to go into the office, or yeah, he's about to go into his office and curse the blade. All right, here we go. Chapter 8, Cursing the Blade. Keller knew exactly where he had to go, and along the way he left his mark. Fire cascaded up the tapestries of the saints. As he strode down the corridors, flames blooming in his wake like blasphemous offering, doors burst open before he ever touched them, iron twisting and shrieking under the quiet command of his mind. God damn, this dude just get a little bit of power and he just abusing the power, Keller, just abused the power, gosh dang it. He did not rush, he savored it. Power did not corrupt him. It simply removed what was weak. It answered him. He tested it with idle curiosity at first. A flicker of flame, a crackle of electricity there, but the thrill quickly shifted. But the full set, right? Exactly. Into something darker, something indulgent. The world bent too easily. Nothing resisted him. Nothing denied him. The realization. Oh boy, she about. Oh, she's moving. Oh, I'm about to say, are you gonna get the A again? There you go. Oh no, it went away. All right, I'm still reading. She's making camera adjustments, y'all, but. Oh Lord. Hello, nurse. That's a camera adjustment I need to see. Okay, where was I? Sorry. Bum ba dum bum bum bum. Splintered the wood. Okay, corrupted him. Simply removed the answer. It attested the idle curiosity at first. A flicker of flame here, a crackle of electricity there, but the thrill quickly shifted into something darker, something indulgent. The world bent too easily. Nothing resisted him. Nothing denied him. The realization set deep in his bones. He was no longer part of this world. He was something above it. In a violent burst of splintering wood, Keller forced open the doors to Sebastian's old chamber. Darkness pooled inside the room, thick and undisturbed. It did not hinder him. He could see perfectly. A smile torched his lips. I see power comes with curiosities, he drawled. Darkness will become your daylight, John said, his voice slick with reverence. And light will be your night, a costly exchange, the same one Lucifer paid when he fell from grace. Keller stepped onto the wooden floor, the movement of his boot across the threshold. The chamber responded. Symbols awakened on the walls in a slow ripple, like creatures stirred from the sleep. Liz hand! Liz hand! Liz hand! Lucifer paid the same grace. Keller stepped onto the wooden floor. The movement of his boots crossed the threshold. The chambers responded. Symbols awakened across the walls in a slow ripple, like creatures stirring from the sleep. From floor to ceiling, they glowed in cold silver blue, etched in perfect sequence. Their light did not warm the room. It bled through it. They pulsed, breathing, wanting. Power traveled. Oh, thank you for the gift. Thank you for the gift. Do you just want to come in front and make the adjustment, my love? You were trying to stretch this out, and I don't think you're doing what... And do you like that now? She likes that now. I think she's got it, folks. I think she's got where she's trying to make. Hey, Bose, what's up? What's up, girl? Hope you're having a good day. The light did not warm the room. They bled through it. They pulsed, breathing, waiting. Power traveled through the marking and the faint surges, and though something inside them strained to fully awaken, but lacked the final spark, Keller turned slowly into the center of the chamber. The room was circular, the ceiling raised high above him like the inside of the cathedral built for forgotten gods. Even the overhead beams were carved with sigils, layered upon older symbols, worn, faint with age. He felt it then, belonging. There are strange markings everywhere, Keller murmured. They seemed familiar somehow. The chamber is powered by you, John said, his voice threading with memory. The current in your body must be filled into it. Once it drinks from you, it will shape itself to your will. He sounded almost nostalgic, as though he had stood in a room like this for centuries ago. The air thickened, energy churned beneath the floorboards like a storm waiting to command. Keller stepped toward the nearest sigil. It called to him. He could feel it, a silent pulling beneath his ribs. Curiosity ellipsed caution. He dragged his fingertips across the caved symbols. The silvery blue glow flickered. Then it bled into the deep, smoldering red. He'd surged instantly. The mark scorched his skin. Ah! Keller hissed, jerking his hand back as a blur bit deep. What the hell? The room was already moving. The symbols began rotating, shifting and whirling as if the walls themselves were massive gears, turning a divine mechanism. The sigils slid past one another, locking into a new sequence, rearranging in patterns older than the language. The chamber recalibrated. For him, the rotation quickened. Symbols aligned. They ignited white hot. The darkness shattered under a flood of blinding light. Watch out! John roared. Sudden fear cracked through his voice. Before Keller could demand an explanation, the chamber answered for him. A hollow resonance! Sorry, that's the only way that word will ever be read now. I'm sorry. I am so sorry. Rolled through the door, deep, ancient bones shaking. It swelled into a chorus, thousands of voices layered in a raging octet, as if the dead themselves have found a hymn. Keller clenched his hands over his ears. The sound crawled into his skull. What is happening? He shouted through the distortion. John snapped urgency through the cunning sharp. Get us out! Shield yourself now! Our community just teared up. Let's go! Let's go, little us. Good job, everybody. Way to go. She said, that's the only way. Resonance, right? It's just how it is. It's how it is. I wonder in another few years how many words we're going to have all crazy like that. Okay, sorry. John snapped urgency. Get out! Shield yourself now! Keller didn't question it. Instinct took over. He lunged from the conjuring room, slamming himself against the corridor wall. He squeezed his eyes shut and turned his face away from the doorway, just as heaven answered. A pillar of white gold radiance detonated from the chamber. Not light, judgment. It devoured everything it touched. The sigils, the books, the ritual space, all erased beneath its holy brilliance. The blast surged outward, flooding the bedchamber like the rising sun. Only the consecrated stone walls held it back, drinking in the radiance before it could spread further. But the heat was divine fire. It was scalding the stone. It scorched the air. Keller felt his scarred skin sear. His left side of his face burned as it pressed to the sun itself. The undersides of his hand blistered beneath the holy glare. Still, he pressed himself harder against the wall. He would not yield. He would not kneel. Through gritted teeth, he endured the pain in silence, defiant, even in suffering. In silence. What does it mean? So if I'm not mistaken, like by everybody liking and the gifts and the hearts that everybody does, that grows me up into the tiers, and then the more tiers, that means the more people like me, and that's the more they push me around. It's kind of like the diamond leagues and stuff. If I'm not mistaken, I'm still learning how the tiki-talkie works up on that stuff, but I think that's how it is. I will do more research though and get you an answer because we do need to know that. We are. Hey, we're still a member. We're only on year 2. Come check us out in another 5 years, everybody. I tell you what, come back and check us in 5 years. I bet we're into something big. I bet we're on something big here. In another 5 years, I bet we are. Just saying. Okay, I'm sorry. Where were we? He was against the wall, pain and silence, defiant and suffering. Then silence. The radiance withdrew as sudden as it had come. The chorus died. Only the sense of charred air remained. Though Nero lied, Keller noticed the darkness in return. Oh, thank you very much. He opened his eyes slowly. Everything the light touched was gone. It was erased. Fine gray ash traced ghostly outlines of where the objects had once stood. A chair, a table, a stack of books. Their shadows remained like memories carved in the dust. Keller's jaw tightened. If he had lingered one breath longer, he would be nothing more than a smear on stone, a nameless stain fading with time. The thought did not frighten him. It irritated him. He pushed away from the heated wall and studied the conjuring room. Strangely, it had reset the symbols intact chamber. Strangely, it had reset symbols intact. Chamber whole, as if destruction had been swallowed and undone. Curiously, he stepped inside again. He tapped the floor with his boot, testing, hunting for some hidden mechanism. A low growl rippled through his mind. Imbecile. John's voice crackled like a whip. It was not gears or switches. Those symbols are scripture-bound wards. You touched one. Keller's gaze slid away. When a dynamic presence awakens them, they answer with judgment. John continued, his tone tightening. Despise him. That was a killing light. The light of God. Do you truly believe your new tricks make you immortal? The air thickened as John's presence coiled around Keller's thoughts. I could wrap my essence around your heart this very moment and feel it bursting inside his chest. Irritation slid beneath his calm like a blade. Do not threaten me for knowledge I was not given. You led me here. Do not pretend otherwise. John's laugh was dark. Sinister and cruel through his mind, the echo hissed like a blackened vapor. Very well, Keller. You choose this. You denied your God. You let me tear through your precious order. You stepped into my world with open eyes. You will submit to me, necromancer. Silence followed, but Keller did not recoil in the shift in John's voice. Pain he could always endure. Submission was another matter. Instead, a slow smile tugged at the ruined corner of his mouth. Yet you didn't, he said calmly, necromancer. Keller rolled the word in his thoughts like wine on his tongue. It no longer tasted bitter. It tasted inevitable. This is exactly why you cannot kill me, he murmured. A king is far more useful alive than a corpse. His blackened eyes lifted towards the glowing symbols. So you must need me alive. For the first time since the blast, John had no immediate reply. Then Keller felt it, the flicker of hesitation. It pleased him. The silence that followed was wrong. Too clean, too empty. Keller lowered his hands slowly. The sting still pulsed beneath his skins, but the pain no longer ruled him. John did not speak. For the first time since their bond formed, he was quiet. Keller snorted, murmuring, "Lost your tongue?" He felt John tighten inside him, raging, coiling as the agony struck. His heart clenched as if unseen hands squeezed it. His heart clenched as if an unseen hand squeezed it. His left arm went dead. Breath vanished. Keller dropped to his knees, fingers dangled in the stones and panic flickering through them. His vision swam. He clawed his chest with a broken gasp escaped. Don't kill us. For one fragile moment, he understood how easily life could still leave him. Then Joggin released him. Air rippled back into his lungs, hot and stinging. Keller inhaled sharply, choking on the influx of air as his fur. Oh, okay, I'm with you now. I was getting confused. Okay, I'm there. I'm sorry. Slowly, he lifted his head, and his gasping became laughter. Low, hoarse, dark, amused. All right, Allie, good night, love. Have a good night. I hope you have a good day tomorrow. Get some good rest. And again, thank you for stopping by, love. As always, you always here. Poor, starkly amused. This is how gods argue, he stated, by gripping each other's hearts. He rose unsteadily to his feet, wiping blood from his lip with the back of his hand. His pale eyes gleamed now with an awakening that madness. If I become your monster, I will at least be a magnificent one. The illusion of dominance, cracked, refined trepidation replaced his earlier arrogance, but it made him alert. Do not ever do that again, Keller said quickly, the softness more threatening than stout. His voice carried the weight of a man learning where the blade truly hovered. John's voice thundered through his skull, but his voice lacked its velvet confidence. Do not confuse my patience with dependence. That was not meant for mortals to survive. Keller rolled his scorched wrist, testing the healing flesh. It seems I did. John spoke again, lower. That was not a warning. That was a cleansing. The word lingered like poison. They tried to wipe the chamber from existence, and you with it. Keller let out a breath that almost sounded like a laughter. Then the heavens should try harder. A ripple of unease moved through John's presence. Keller could feel it now. The subtle tightening in his mind, the cautious withdrawal. Angels do not strike unless something threatens the balance, John boomed. Keller finally, ooh, hey, Saki Boo, no cat butt, no ma'am. There we go. All right, you gonna lay on that? You gonna lay? All right, where are we gonna go? You gotta lay down so I can hold the book somewhere, my love. Okay, we're gonna go like this. All right, angels do not strike unless something threatens the balance, John boomed. Keller finally turned to the ruined door, eyes dark in growing hunger. Good, his voice dropped, short and harsh. Let them fear me. Yeah, that's our kitty Sock. The other ones are out here too. They're just running around. Hopefully they'll make a presence. She got her tail going right now. Boop, 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 boop. Isn't that right, Saki Boo Boo? Yeah. All right. Sorry, back to our story. Angels do not strike unless something balanced threatened John Room. Keller finally turned towards the ruined doorway. Eyes dark and growing hunger. Good. His voice dropped in a short breath. Let them fear me. If the heavens has seen you, then hell will soon crown you, John said, silky through his mind. Oh, thank you very much for the gifts. What now? He asked, gaze drifting along the walls. Symbols spiraled a strange sequence, older than any script he knew. They looked older. Oh, where you going, baby girl? They looked like hieroglyphs. They moved toward the center of the chamber. Steps measured, controlled. He would not appear uncertain again. They are letters of the archangels, John said. Blessed spells work, protection runes. When touched by something unholy, they answer. A dark chuckle followed. They answered you. Keller's jaw tightened. John's laughter turned cruel. I taste your fear now, Keller. Delicious. He purred. As I told you, channel your powers through the room. It will shape itself at your will. But it requires blood. Are you so afraid I must perform necromancy myself? Paranoia curled in his gut, but he mashed it beneath his steed composure. If John intended betrayal, Keller would at least see it coming. But Keller's stranglehold before it reached his face. No, he snapped. Then more controlled. This is my body. All right, Bose. Have a great night. Well, it's our evening. I believe is it your day or I don't know what time it is for you. Whatever time it is, have a great rest of whatever time that is for you, Bose. Thank you for stopping by, love. Hope you have a good one. Hope the job's going well as well. 4:40 a.m. Ooh, girl, have a great day. You just getting started. Have a good one. Ooh, girlfriend. Okay, sorry. Where were we? I told her to channel your powers to the room, overshape herself. Paranoia curled in his gut and amassed beneath his still composure. If John intended betrayal, Keller would at least see it coming. But Keller strangled it before it reached his face. No, he snapped. Then more control. This is my body, my right. I will not be a spectator inside my own flesh. Then kneel, bow, lay down your weapon. John shouted his command. His pale gaze lifted, glinting something new, something colder. If I must kneel, Keller murmured, it will be the last time I ever do. Keller slowly dropped to his knees and unlatched the sword from his black leather sheath. The movement felt ceremonial, a vow being rewritten. The blade whispered as it slid free, cold steel gazing his palm. He angled his hand outward, carefully, respectful, as though handing something alive. For a moment, he simply looked at it. His weapon, a former symbol of righteousness. The pommel bore a roaring dragon's head, sculptured in the intricate detail. The sapphire eyes shimmered with the archangel's blessing, once meant to protect, to guide, to judge the wicked. Now their blue fire reflected in Keller's pale glaze like a memory that no longer belonged to him. The dragon's weave curved outwards to form the guard, poised as if ready to strike. The blade arched in the wicked curve like a tail mid-snap, etched with fine scales. Twin rows of tiny, serrated spikes lined its edges. Design meant not only to schmill, but to ruin what it touched. A weapon of judgment, or of damnation. The difference no longer mattered. Keller set the sword upon the ground with care, almost tenderness, as one might lay a crown at the feet of the darker throne. His voice, when it came, was calm, empty of doubt, empty of regret. Done. John's voice slid through Keller's mind like silk. Cut your hand with the dagger at your boot. Feed the circle. Blood binds stronger than prayer ever could. Spread a circle of blood around you, and then the sword. Then create 5 connecting points to the ring. Then form an outer ring connecting the points. A vision followed, a perfect design. John restrained the excitement. Everything was aligning so easily. The truer sin had chosen well. Keller was pride. Hunger wounded devotion. A man already half fallen before the first drop of blood touched the floor. A vessel shapen by obsession. A weapon disguised. A believer. Keller withdrew a dagger from his boot and studied the things on the edge of the breath. What you doing, kitty girl? What you doing, Saki boo-boo? Once he would have hesitated. Now he did not. His dagger tipped slowly from the base of his finger towards his wrist. Pain flared bright and intimate. He welcomed it with groan of pleasure as he closed his eyes and flexed his hands. Thick crimson welled in his palms. Beautiful. Alive. He lifted his hand and let the blood fall. Each drop struck the floor with a soft, rhythmic pattern like a heartbeat outside his body. Still kneeling, he rotated, tracing the circle around himself and the dragon blade. His free hand followed, spreading the blood in a smooth arc. Warm and sticky, the 5 points were made, connected. At least was the outer ring, a sigil of ascension. The moment the design completed, the blood began to crawl along the lines of its own, threading through the pattern like veins awakening. Keller watched to quiet awe as the wound of his palm sealed itself. Flesh knitting together as though it had never been open. He flexed his fingers slowly. Power stirred beneath his skin, restless and eager. Electricity pricked his nerves. His fingertips twitched, sparked danced faintly in their wake. A dark smile ghosted across his lips. He wasn't afraid. He was hungry. Hungry for more pain, more power. John's voice coiled through him, smooth and self-assured. Can you feel it, vessel? Feel the influence. The symbol sealed. The stand in the center raised the blade. Claim what is yours, the power that will correct every injustice done to you. Color moved in a circle of heart. He lifted the dragon blade slowly above his head like a king raising a crown. Energy thrummed through his veins, heavy and alive, not borrowed, earned. Pupils widened until his eyes became endless black. The world dimmed around him and the light itself bent away from his presence. The floor pulsed beneath his boots. Once, twice, then rapid succession matching the violent rhythms of heart. The sigils flared brighter, feeding him, drinking him in. Silvery blue currents coursed along his body, crawling over his arms like living threads. Lightning snapped from the blade, striking the walls of feral hunger. Keller did not flinch. He reveled in it. His lips parted, the world spilled out something accident, something that sounded like it had been buried beneath the creation itself. Deep in the smallest corner of his mind, Keller understood. He was not merely being used. He had opened the door. He had invited the dark to sit beside him. A puppet does not smile when the strings tighten. Keller did. His boots lifted from the floor, rose slowly, suspended within the blood-marked circle, cloak swaying as if under water. He looked down at the world beneath him with a strange calm, like a man already saying farewell to who he had been. Power flooded through his veins, hot, devouring. It was an ecstasy that surpassed anything that he'd ever expected. For a fleeting moment, he wondered if this was how gods were born. Then the last fragment of light inside him flickered and went out. Darkness welcomed him home. The thunderous boom split the chambers. The air turned heavy, ancient. Lucifer snarled through Keller's mouth, but the voice did not belong to mortal lungs. It reverberated through the stone, through bone, through his soul. Blood of my blood, bled upon the holy ground, boiling in my hell fire. Bear my marks. The sigils trembled. Let the sealed earth awaken. Let the blade drink. Pierce their hearts. Gather the souls, my champion. Now it begins. The presence inside him was too vast to stay contained. It pressed against Keller's flesh like a god trying to wear a mortal skin. Then gone. Lucifer drew as swiftly as a storm receding from the sky. For a heartbeat, Keller was empty. No thought, no will, just hollow vessel collapsing under the cold stone. His body struck the floor in a sickening thud. His eyes rolled white, showing nothing of the man inside. John surged forward instantly, seizing the vacancy like a starving beast. Adrenaline flooded Keller's limbs, and John forced the body upright. A roar tore from his throat, raw, feral, inhuman. His lips peeled back into the monstrous grin, revealing sharp teeth not meant for men. The sword was ripped from the floor and driven down again, hard into the heart of the pentagram. The symbol flared violently. Light and shadow twisted together. The hum returned, deeper now. The room knew the greatest evil had touched it. It had answered. A violent clash of angelic radiance erupted against the demonic force inside Keller's body. A light repelled darkness in the vicious surge, forcing a way outward. A protective sphere formed around Keller, the sword and the blood-marked pentagram. It expanded like a second sun, humming with divine resistance. The sigils blazed white and hot, pressing against the barrier of the relentless waves. Heaven pushed. Hell defied. The chambers quaked under the strain. Still gripping the hilt, John watched the dragon-sphered eyes dim. Their brilliant blue faded to glassy translucence. The read the words, wise. The archangelic blessing unraveled before his gaze. A breath of silver smoke spilled from the dragon's carved mouth. The sword exhaled holiness and an inhaled blood. The pentagram drained into the blade as if the steel itself thirsted. Crimson veins crawled upward along the incarving scales. Burgundy stained the silver once metal. The dragon's eyes filled last, flooding red until nothing else remained. The blessing died, and the curse took root. The blade was reborn, and the necromancer was restored. John tore the sword free from the floor. Victory flashed across his expression, sharp and feral, but it was short-lived. His control over Keller's body flickered. He was weakening. The hum grew louder and the herald chanting. A misstep now meant annihilation. He bolted from the chamber, driving Keller's body in an inhumane speed through Sebastian's abandoned quarters and into the winding corridor. Behind him, the divine barrier collapsed. The angelic force imploded inward, then detonated. Light erupted brighter than 1,000 suns, blasting through the consecrated stone as if it were dust. Walls fractured. Scared foundations screamed. The Order sanctuary was being purged. John burst into the high chamber just as cracks splintered across the ceiling. Beams of heavy light split through wideness fissures. Stones were raining down. Mortar split. The holy ground itself rejected what had been done beneath it. Strength faltered. Keller's legs buckled. Then John saw it. The rapture above, the wound in the world, the skies open. Clutching the cursed blade in his chest, he gathered the last of his powers. Keller's knees bent, coiled like springs. Then he launched them upward. The ground shattered beneath the force. Debris chased them skyward as John wove through falling shields against the fallen ruin. His roar tore through Keller's throat as he fought the main control. They burst from the earth in a spray of dirt and stone. Keller's body crashed under the surface with brutal force. John's present wavered, thinning like smoke in the wind. He pulled the blade close, savoring its pulse, its new, dark heartbeat. Above them, the sky burned orange with dusk. His visions dim and darkness crept in. With his last of his strength, he laughed manically. As he was receding into a void where Keller's soul was being transformed. Bum, bum, bum. And that was the end of chapter 8. Wow, that was a good one too. That was pretty fancy in that chamber. I like it. Let's get a wheel spin. I love it. I'm liking it. Ooh. That was pretty crazy in the fucking chamber room, man. You shouldn't have touched the fucking little ruin. Hey, it's Jack. Say hi, Jack. Hey, everybody. All right, sorry. Oh, what do we get? Oh, Mistborn and Red. That button, I mean, Mistborn is up there at 19. It's at 19 votes, so it's right there. It's behind Dungeon Crawler. But all right, folks. Excuse me. That's where we're at tonight. I think we're gonna stop there. My throat is starting to get a little rough. I want to thank everybody for joining us. I'll tell you what happened wasn't. We didn't get any restrictions tonight, y'all. I was pretty proud of ourselves. We didn't get any restrictions. I'm proud of myself. So that was awesome. Really quick before I forget, Pixie, are you here? I thought you just come back and I saw you talk. Are you still here? I needed to tell you something. MA, I am enjoying this book so far. It's amazing. We just finished chapter 8. Yeah, I'm loving it so far. I'm waiting for it to get going, though. I will say it started out quick, and then I know you're building up. So if it builds up, I'm telling you, the last few chapters have been building. But if this build up like the first few, woo! Hey, listen, no. I didn't take a chance. No. Listen, you listen straight up. You said, hey, would you like to read my book? I said, why not? I liking it so far. You did a great job. Like dead ass. I'm enjoying your book. You asked me to read it. I'm enjoying it thoroughly. I like it a lot. Hey, what's up, little me? All right, folks. With that being said, Oh, sorry, Pixie, you're here. I meant to tell you. Sorry, I've been trying to tell you 3 times before I forget. Pixie, we have started JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. What the fuck are we watching, my girl? I'm watching it with Liz Face. What is happening? What is going on? Q, I'll stay around for a minute. You just got here. We'll stay around and talk. Don't leave, Q. What are we doing? They hated each other. They liked each other. Now they're friends. Now they're beating each other up. And now he's a vampire with the mask? What is happening, my love? What is going on? JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. You recommended it. Q, how you doing, love? She said, wait, what you talking about? She didn't even remember what we're talking about. It's so bizarro. She said agreed. That's awesome. But Emma, yeah, we'll be alive again Wednesday. So I'll post the videos of what we read tomorrow, and I'll read some more chapters tomorrow, and then we'll be live Wednesday. We'll be live again Wednesday, same times. If you want to stop by, and please, I'm gonna keep tagging you, but please keep putting your little comments in the. Yeah, put your comments in the comments. Yeah, put your comments in the comments. I love having the inside information on this. You know what I mean? I love having it. It's so cool. And again, great job. I am seriously, I can't wait for you to finish the series. If this continues to go where it's going, I'm liking it. I like it a lot. Q, my friend, you said you're stuck in the book world. Are you still reading the Odyssey? No, thank you for reaching out to me to ask to read it, girl. I'm enjoying it. Are you reading the Odyssey, or are you on another book, Q? What are you reading? Or are you on that? No, you're on that fairy tale book. Fair tale, aren't you? Yes, I am indeed. Ah, she is. Haha. See, I pay attention, y'all. Pay attention. Okay, so you are reading 2 books. I'm reading 2 books. Two book Q. That's what we're gonna call you. 2 book. No, you're probably reading more than that. Fairy tale. Okay, cool. Awesome. Thank you, MA. I appreciate you. Yes, I love the comments and reading all the insight. That's so cool. She's reading. How do you keep up with more than 1 book at a time? Like the stories, are they like different genres? Do you do different? Okay, I'm gonna stand here for like another 5 minutes. Do you like just do like a fantasy and then like a real world, and like how do you not mix the stuff up? Or is it just you've been reading so long you don't have to worry about that because you that smart? You probably just that smart. What am I thinking? You just that smart. Mixing up genres does help. Okay, cool. That helps. So normally do a no fiction, a fiction, and an audio. Oh, okay. Okay, that's crazy. And you just do them like whatever you're in the mood for during the day? Or do you like, okay, 1 book is like, this is the morning book, or how do you decide like do that? Like audio book when you're working? And then at night, the other books, audio at the gym. I don't know if I could book at the gym. Good night, Pixie. Thanks for stopping by, love. I appreciate you. Every day I see you. Don't think I don't see you. I appreciate you. And nonfiction when you're working. Nice. Okay. That's cool. I'm just afraid. Like I've listened to a few audiobooks, but I am really afraid if I put an audiobook, like I'll zone it out. I don't know. Because like when I do like the yard work, I put my headphones in and I listen to music, but sometimes I just start thinking and I tone the music out. I'd be afraid I'd do that. You're feeling the fever to read more. So, I mean, like, honestly, again, look, I will say this much. If I had somebody to edit videos where I could just like read and then edit my retelling, and then somebody else were to do the editing and posting, y'all, I would be reading so much more. I really would. And Liz, I mean, we're trying to figure ways out to like make things faster for editing, because I don't know why. It's it's just I do want to read more, and there's days that I want to read more of the stories and break the 5-chapter rule by a motherfucker, but I know I got to do the editing part. So it's just, we are. Hey, love. No, I didn't remember. I love that shirt. We've started to find. Yeah, well, see, that's the biggest thing. I'm starting to do all my editing now on the PC instead of my phone. It's just easier for me to use the keyboard. But we've started now, like, I don't know if you noticed the camera quality. Like right now, I'm using my actual cell phone. We're about to take my old cell phone, which has a better quality camera than the webcam we're using. So we're gonna hook that up, and then I'm just gonna record from that phone straight to my PC because I'll have the better quality image. Then I can edit it in CapCut, and then in CapCut, I did find out how to do presets. So like all I got to do is once I load the video, I can just hit a preset, and it'll put like the flame to the beast in the page, right? The chapter we're doing here. So that way it's a little bit quicker. So now I'm not having to add everything. So it is getting a little bit quicker because I do want to give y'all more product. Not a product, but I do feel like I need to give y'all more for as much as y'all come out and support me. Squad. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, so we're trying to figure things out and get it faster with editing and that's why I tell y'all to put shoes on or something on your feet. But I love y'all. But yeah, so we're working on it. So the one chapter per video, like I try to do like one chapter that can kind of keep it smaller. But now it's just, I'm trying to keep it in events, but then I feel like we're getting to that 5-minute point again. And I don't know if everybody's watching the 5-minute video. So I'm trying to figure out what everybody likes. You know what I mean? Like a lot of people say, oh, I want the shorter videos because the attention span, but it's so hard to get all the information in. And I don't want to, I feel like sometimes I miss vital parts of a chapter. Like today, for example, right? And this is not a hit at anybody. Please don't take this as a hit at anybody. It's how I have to figure out how to tell the story. But like when I was telling the story and the history of Keller, and I forgot, I think it was Keller, I forgot some information. Or no, John. When I was saying how John was activated, I didn't say how the Raven popped his head, and that's what activated John inside Keller. Because you know what I'm saying? Yeah, see, 9 minutes, right? And you know me, I talk so fast. You know what I mean? So for me to not be able to get that, it's crazy. And I'm trying to find that balance of give the information in the chapter, but still make people want to like actually go and read the book too, because I didn't give them all the information. You know what I mean? I don't know. I'm just trying to figure what everybody wants.
What's that new?
That's it. Well, I can't explain it yet.
Oh.
I can explain when we're not on stream now.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, yeah.
I was like,
So this is Timmy, and his name is Banner.
oh.
Banner.
Mm.
Yeah. Oh, you changed your nose ring back out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The other one's the cheap one from Spencer's, and I don't want to get like nose cancer.
Yeah, no, I gotcha. It said hi, Liz Face. What do you want? What do you like? DW, you know what's crazy? At this point, no, this is Timmy. This is Timmy right here, and then below him, below, I can't point to him because it's out of the screen, but the little guy, if you're on the, hopefully you see him. Y'all should see the little guy right above the logo. That little guy with the X in front of him, the 0, that's Banner. He plays a new purpose. He's got a new purpose once it works. It's for when TikTok gives us restrictions. It's a surprise. You know, when we bully fictional characters, he does something for us. I made him today. Happy. But so yeah, what do we want to do? What do we want to do? Yeah, I just want to tell the story, really. And again, my videos are really just to keep me honest in reading the story. You know, that's the biggest thing. But I just want to I want my videos to tell the story and maybe bring people to it. Because remember, for the longest time, I don't want to read. You know, we got a lot, and I don't mean this in a bad way. I'm not trying to insult anybody, but like Mr. Raz, I found, he doesn't like to read. You know, it would be cool if we could get Mr. Raz to read, Allie Grace, her lawn chair handler, he's reading and she's happy. And if I could just get more people to freaking read the books, you know what I'm saying? Then that's what we're trying to do. I think if you like it, we like it, do what feels right for you in the story. Fair enough. Oh, we're going to have a cat butt here. Cat butt. That's a toe. Toe.
Cat butt.
Lawn chair handler. Yeah. Listen, Allie, her new nickname for me is LC. Every time I'm like, what's up, LC? That's Allie's. She is a lawn chair enthusiast. Yes, she is. Oh, now Hoobie sneaking in here. Hoobie trying to get some cat butt in?
Oh, yeah.
She trying to.
He's going for the headband.
She's going for the headband.
Taking my headband.
But you're right, DW. I think as long as I can get enough enthusiasm in it, hopefully I can get some people to come around. I just, I know not everybody's going to want to read the stories, and I think, and that's okay. That's not a bad thing, but I will say I think everybody's going to realize. I usually start what I finish. Some people are never going to be readers, and that I was one of those people, though. Let's be honest. I was one of those people.
Yeah, you were.
Or was I? I guess I wasn't. Maybe I was in denial.
Yeah, you had that conversation with my 3rd grade English teacher.
No, it was 5th.
4th.
5th.
Yeah.
It was 5th.
Might be 3rd grade English teacher was the devil.
I want to make a story about that, but I don't want to say her name just because I'm a little bit more raw and stuff. And she was such a nice.
She loved Garfield.
She loved Garfield. She was such a nice, innocent teacher. You're right. You're 100% right, Q. I didn't know what I liked until Agatar. And I tried a few other things. I liked Dune. I read the Dune series. It was good, but it didn't make me want to go read another story. That's what was crazy. Like when I don't know what it was about the Akatar series, but when I finished the Akatar series, I was like, I want to read another fucking book. I don't know why. It was just crazy. But after I read Dune, I was like, all right, that was cool. All right, I'm going to go back to other stuff. Smut be drawn in people. Maybe, but Akatar wasn't smutty. Like, if you go back and look at my videos, let's be honest. How many times did I was like, where's the fairy smut? I need the smut. Where is this? I was so disappointed. I didn't get any smut and it's not even smut, Akasoft. And that was just what I call a Tuesday night.
Right here, by the way.
That's why I said, that's why I called it a Tuesday night. You don't know what happens in the book. I can't get you to pass the first one. One day. But no.
Guys, look, my hair's pink.
Did you just do that tonight?
I did it this morning with
When
the
you-
colored conditioner.
With the that's just the conditioner done? Nice.
I use it a lot. I usually
Nice.
use it on the end, but I did it on the blonde.
I know you had the blue. That's why I didn't. Okay. That's cool. Right? Usually she's got the blue in the back right now, and then she just did the pink up there today, she said.
Yeah.
She'd be doing that stuff. She'd be crazy like that.
Thank you, every pony.
Thank you, every pony. Y'all are amazing. All right, folks. Well, with that being said, thanks for hanging out with me tonight and talking with me. I think we're going to get out of here. I'm going to close down for the night and get ready for tomorrow. Thank you all for again stopping by and supporting me and my family. I appreciate it. And we will see you down in the court. MA, again, thank you. Thank you for sending me this book. Chef's kiss. I cannot wait to continue it tomorrow. All right, everybody. Have a great night, and we will see you next time. Oh, yeah, no, awesome. Heck yeah, hardcovers rule. Thank you, sweetie. Have a great day, everyone. Evening. Great evening. Great evening.